Another week, another terrible week of football by the New England Patriots. Again, man, this team is absolutely terrible. It's really hard to fathom that they're worse than they've been last year or even the year where Cam Newton was the starter. They're significantly worse. They shouldn't be, but somehow they are. The Patriots faced off against the Las Vegas Raiders in week 6 of the NFL season, and again, Bill Belichick got absolutely owned by Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is now 3-0 against Bill Belichick as a head coach, 2-0 with the Raiders, and 1-0 when he was the head coach of the Broncos back in the day. And again, the master Bill Belichick has lost to his Padawan, Josh McDaniels. Now, the Patriots didn't get absolutely blown out like they did in the 2 games prior to this one, but it still wasn't pretty whatsoever. The Raiders beat the Patriots 21-17 to drop them to 1-5. This is legitimately one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. No, they're not just, they're slightly bad. Oh, they're not doing that well. This is like one of the worst teams in the league right now. They're that bad.
We suck again.
Like I said, week 6, Patriots versus Raiders. The Patriots, a team struggling off of the 2 games prior to this one. Raiders are a team that were also struggling coming into this game. And again, this just solidified how bad the New England Patriots are. The game started with the Raiders getting the ball and, they started fast with the field goal on their opening drive. Luckily, they couldn't score because there was like a leverage penalty that the Patriots had that did give the Raiders another shot for a touchdown, but luckily the Raiders also aren't that good and weren't able to move the ball and just got the field goal. Now, this is my favorite thing. The Patriots got the ball on the next drive and did absolutely shit. They didn't do anything. They literally moved the ball a singular yard. All of a sudden, Las Vegas gets the ball and it feels like they're just gonna take the momentum, score, and this is gonna be another blowout game for the New England Patriots. And it really did look like that. Las Vegas was moving the ball and they eventually made it all the way down to the red zone, but Jelani Tavai picked it off after Jabril Peppers just delivered a huge hit on Devontae Adams. So the Patriots defense was stepping up, trying to give the offense an opportunity to come back and score or at least tie this thing up. And they didn't because, like I said before, this offense is incompetent. It's terrible. The Patriots went on to go 3-out and they lost 8 yards on the drive. So I think up to this point on offense, they were net negative 7 yards. That's an embarrassment. The Patriots weren't able to capitalize, but the Raiders were. The Raiders drove right down and Jimmy Garoppolo hit Jacoby Myers for a 12-yard touchdown. First and foremost, that sentence by me hurts me so fucking much. Jimmy Garoppolo was supposed to be the future post Tom Brady. Then the whole thing with Robert Kraft wanting to keep Tom Brady and Bill Belichick wanting Jimmy Garoppolo. They went with Brady and now we're a poverty franchise. And as for Jacoby Myers, I've been quoted countless times on this channel going out and saying that I hated the move for Jacoby Myers leaving for Vegas and them just signing Juju Smith-Schuster to the exact same contract that Myers signed in Vegas. Jacoby Myers left New England in free agency and signed a 3-year, $33 million deal in Vegas to play for the Raiders. Coincidentally, that's pretty much the exact same contract the Patriots gave to Juju, something I really don't understand. Stupid move, terrible move. Bill Belichick came out and was like, oh, Jacoby Myers was a priority in the offseason, etc.
Is there any reason that Jacoby Myers wasn't more of a priority in free agency?
Yeah, he was a priority. I mean, we talked to him.
No, he wasn't. He's lying. Liar! I love Jacoby Myers. I still do love Jacoby Myers, but having both of those guys on the Raiders hurts me quite a bit. Not only that, but the Raiders really are just kind of like the Las Vegas Patriots. Jimmy Garoppolo is their starting quarterback. Jacoby Myers is a wide receiver there. Even their backup quarterback, Brian Hoyer, was with the Patriots for forever. Theoretically, I should be rooting for this team, but still rooting for the Patriots. They might suck this year, but I'm not going anywhere, man. Now, there is a bright side to this game. The Patriots were able to put points on the board. They had a 43-yard Chad Ryland field goal, and yeah, that's the upside, honestly.
All I do is win, win, win.
He honestly hasn't really been that good after being taken in the 4th round of this past draft. He's been 5 of 9 for his field goals, so nothing crazy. He hasn't been that consistent. Now, later in the second quarter, the Patriots did get down to the Las Vegas 30, but Mac Jones' antics, he threw an interception. This interception was ugly. Mac Jones rolls out of the pocket trying to extend the play, and I've been quoted multiple times on this channel as well saying that I don't think Mac Jones is good whatsoever extending plays is with his legs. If Mac Jones is not passing the ball from the pocket, he's not making anything happen. I try to put my faith in him every time I see him roll out of the pocket, but it's always an incomplete pass, a throw out of bounds, or in this instance, an interception. It was ugly. He was rolling out, and it looks like Hunter Henry was open down the field. He threw his hand up, he flagged him, and Mac throws the ball nowhere close to him. It's a terrible ball, and it's picked off by the Raiders. Now, unlike the Patriots, the Raiders were able to capitalize on this turnover and turned it into a field goal to go up 13-3 at the half. Now, going into halftime, I'm already deflated. These past 2 weeks have been terrible, so I am praying that the Patriots come out of the half and deliver a touchdown drive, although how unlikely it looks after these past few weeks. But hey, man, they did. The Patriots started the second half with a 6-minute and 4-second 75-yard touchdown drive. I tell you what, it's sad when your team scores a touchdown and I have the energy to do a backflip. The bare minimum from this team has me getting excited. It was capped off with an Ezekiel Elliott direct snap for a 2-yard touchdown, actually his first touchdown in New England. And just a little side note here, Ramondre Stevenson was kind of in and out of the game. You know, I guess he got injured on a play. He did continue to play, but on that drive specifically, they really did feed Zeke, and he looked good. He looked fast. He looked like agile. And honestly, the big reason why they even scored on that drive was Zeke. I wouldn't be shocked to see him getting a little bit more usage in the upcoming weeks, to be honest. So all of a sudden, it was 13-10, a 3-point game, but the Raiders responded with back-to-back field goals, and again, the Patriots offense couldn't move the ball with a 3-and-out in between those. But if you thought the Patriots were dominating in this game with a single touchdown, just wait, because they weren't done yet. They put together a 9-minute, 30-second, 17-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 touchdowns by the New England Patriots. Let's go.
All I do is win, no matter what.
It was a Ramondre Stevenson 1-yard touchdown run with just 3:33 remaining. At this point, it's really dead. The Patriots did somehow force a punt and got the ball back with 2:23 left on their own 9-yard line, but it didn't go well. This play that I'm about to reference right here made me so freaking mad, dude, because it happens all the time where I have this hope that it's going to be a completion and it never is. Mac Jones delivered probably the best ball he's thrown all season to Devontae Parker on a go route, and they almost hit Devontae Parker right in the palms, and he dropped it. I think the most infuriating thing about this play is after the game, when asked about this play, Devontae Parker said that it barely touched his fingertips.
Did you get your fingers on the ball?
I think my fingertips, but
I'm playing it on screen right now. You guys can clearly see that it bumped off of both of his palms. This guy has stone hands. If this pass is completed, I think that the Patriots might actually win this game. Instead, it was suddenly 3rd and 15 from their own 4-yard line, and Mac Jones was sacked to end the game. Patriots did try a weird onside punt type of thing. It didn't work. Like, literally everything isn't working right now in New England. It was a tough loss. The Raiders are now a 500 team at 3-3, and the Patriots are a bottom feeder team at 1-5. You know, at the start of this season, I was hopeful that this Patriots team might be able to squeeze into the wild card. You know, they had shown some hope in the past, like in 2021, but these past few years have just been really rough. And shockingly enough, even though I do think to an extent the roster is somewhat better when healthy, they look worse. The offensive line is garbage, dude. Mac Jones doesn't have any time to throw the ball, and even if he does have time to throw the ball, let's be honest here, Mac Jones ain't doing nothing special this year. It's just rough all the way around. But speaking of Mac Jones, he had a better day than he had in these past few games, but still, it wasn't a good day. 24 of 33, 200 yards and an interception, no touchdowns, not a good day. Funny enough, before this game, Malik Cunningham, if you remember in the preseason, Patriots fans were kind of going all crazy from him. He was a quarterback out of Louisville. He was actually elevated all the way from the practice squad to the QB2 for this game. So Patriots fans were low-key hoping that we might get to see Malik Cunningham come in and throw some passes, but he barely saw the field. He didn't throw a single pass. I think he came in for like a decoy play, but outside of that, he was not anywhere to be found. If Matt keeps struggling, I would not be surprised if Bill pulls the trigger on experimenting with a really athletically gifted quarterback like Malik. Now, there are still some bright spots on this team. I love Kendrick Bourne. He's been one of my favorite players on this team since he got brought over from San Francisco, outside of maybe like Jacoby Myers. But now that Myers is gone, Kendrick Bourne is really a wide wide receiver on this team that I'm super behind. I love him. I hated how he got used last year, or rather, should I say not used last year. He had a solid game. He had 10 receptions for 89 yards. It's just good to see him getting fed. I'd like to see him get fed a bit more though. Ramondre Stevenson carried the ball 10 times for 46 yards and a touchdown, also having 24 receiving yards. Now remember, like I said, Josh McDaniels is now 3-0 against the Patriots. He beat them last year, and that loss to the Raiders last year was much worse than the one this year. Stevenson was a huge part in that loss last year. It came down to a last-ditch effort where the Patriots had to do a bunch of different laterals and just really try to make a miracle happen. And a miracle happened, but it wasn't for the Patriots. He lateraled it to Jacoby Myers, who then tried to pass it back and instead threw an absolute dot to Chandler Jones on the Raiders defense, who went on to score a touchdown for the Raiders, basically stiff-arming Mac Jones to the ground on his way there. Brutal loss last time. This one wasn't as bad, but it still sucks to be 1-5. Josh McDaniels, 3-0 against Bill Belichick. Really feels like him and Tua Tagovailoa own Bill Belichick. And Josh McDaniels isn't even like that crazy of a head coach. He's on a warmer seat. Like, people don't love Josh McDaniels. Yet when he plays against Bill Belichick, dude wrecks him. It really does feel like all of Bill Belichick's guys that he's had in the building as like coaches or coaching assistants have really come back to bite him in the ass. It feels like the game is slowly but surely passing Bill Belichick by. And I hate to say that because he is such a great head coach of all time, but the more I watch this team year after year without Tom Brady in the building, and then watch guys like the Dolphins, 49ers, or just other teams with younger head coaches, more like modern-minded head coaches, it feels like the speed of the game is passing him by. And if they just continue to lose, or even if they tank, I don't know if Belichick stays in the building or not. Of course, if they continue to lose and then luck into a top 3 pick in the NFL draft, it can land a Caleb Williams, Drake May, or one of those other guys, maybe even like a Michael Penix. Maybe it would be nice to have Belichick in the building for another future quarterback, but the Mac Jones experiment just hasn't gone well since 2021 with Josh McDaniels. I don't know how they managed to squeeze into the playoffs or go on the run they did, because if you remember, they didn't start the season well either. I think they were 2-3 or 2-4 to start the season that year, and then they went on a run, squeezed into the playoffs, and as we all know, they got absolutely clapped by the Bills in the wild card. But yeah, 2023 is not the year of the New England Patriots. At this point, I really am standing on this. I hope they just lose out, man. I want them to get a super high pick and take the best quarterback on the board. I've been waiting for Mac Jones to turn into what I think he could be, but Mac Jones is only going to be as successful as the system is, and right now in New England, that system is not good. That line is not good. Everything is not good, and I do think the addition of Bill O'Brien as an offensive coordinator is an upgrade for this team, but the pieces on it are just not good enough to compete in this league. So that's been my rant on the Week 6 game by the Patriots. It sucked, it hurts, and again, this team is absolutely garbage. Enjoy it, rest of the NFL. I know I got to enjoy all the Super Bowl rings throughout the early 2000s and late 2010s, so I feel like this is just about due for this team. Still doesn't make it hurt any less, but yeah, guys, this one hurts, and I'll see you guys next week with another update. Peace.